I'm going to do what's called a pro gamer move.
Hey guys, Kongai here, and today we are reviewing the Wraith Panzer 58, which costs, if you decide to buy one, 6,750 gold with the 30% sale. Or, of course, with the Monster Hunter op, you may be able to get one of these for free. So we are going to be reviewing that for you guys today. The Wraith Panzer 58. It's pretty much a more heavily armored 58 Mutz, but not many people actually have the Panzer 58 Mutz. So I'm going to compare this more closely to the Indian Panzer, the Tech Tree German Tier 8, and the CDC, which is pretty much what this thing is. It's just a CDC with, well, how a CDC I wish was. A little bit more armor and durability, and not quite as big. So yeah, there's that. This tank has a pretty good 90mm, one of my favorite 90mm in this game. I love this kind of 90mm. The FCM has one, the Indian Panzer has one, the CDC has one, even the Tier 7, and I think even the Tier 6 French heavy tanks have these. And they're really good guns. Just sometimes they're not very good on the tanks they are. But anyway, this is a 7.5 seconds reload, 212mm penetration, 240 alpha, and the premium rounds are 259, really good pay-to-win rounds. Aim time 3.2, which is pretty standard for a Tier 8 medium tank, and accuracy 0.36, which I would say is also pretty standard. There's a lot more mediums which are more accurate and a lot more which are less accurate. So this is kind of right in the middle. 380 meters view range, and last but not least, we'll look at just the mobility factor of this thing. 13.45 horsepower per ton isn't very good, but 44 kilometers an hour, it's not terrible. It's not terrible. It's definitely not something that you're going to be racing into position, but you'll still get there and be able to relocate flanks if you need to. And here's where the ammo rack is, in the lower plate of the front, and in the sides of the turret, of course. So that's pretty cool, and 1,000 meter per second shell velocity on AP is also really good. Let's get to some comparisons, like I said, between this and the CDC, and this and the Indian Panzer, and then we'll take it out for some gameplay for you guys. So here's the armor layout of the Wraith Panzer 58. I've decided to look at this thing. I haven't looked at many of them, just the Gorynych, I think, so far, but that's because none of them rely on their armor. This thing does have some, so that's why we're going to look at it, and it's really troll. Like, you got places, like, the upper plate is, look how good the upper plate is. It's because of all this spaced armor. There's spaced armor everywhere. Like, if you don't have much penetration, you got to hit this thing, like, right around here. But then if you hit it too low, you'll bounce off. If you hit it up here, you might bounce off. The turret is really good because of all this spaced armor. Like, it's random. It's so random, and that makes this kind of difficult to kill. You can obviously hit the cupolas if you need to, or outside the spaced armor if you need to, or the lower plate if you need to, which are really good things to shoot at. But sometimes when it's a medium tank and you're in a brawl, you don't have time to do that, and you just auto lock. And then when you do that on this tank, sometimes you'll bounce off. Keep that in mind. The side armor also has a ton of spaced armor right here, so you want to shoot underneath that. Like, look at the difference between this. Almost 200 down to about 70. So over 200, 87, you know. And then there's always the back, but once again, be careful where you aim. You want to aim low, so it's pretty interesting. This tank here is because of all the spaced armor. But let's get into some stats. Comparing it to the Indian Panzer, probably its direct competitor, the Tech Tree variant, that is. And yeah, we'll get into this right away. You'll see it has better armor than Indian Panzer, but less hit points than the Indian Panzer by 100. It has 1,300. The aim time's the same, though the accuracy is just slightly less than the Indian Panzer, and they both have the same on-the-move accuracy. The Indian Panzer has slightly more ammo than the Wraith Panzer. Quite interesting there, but their guns are identical in penetration and alpha damage and shell velocity. Cool, cool. Speed limit, Indian Panzer is faster with 55 compared to 44, and the power to weight of the Wraith Panzer is only 13.5 as compared to the 16 of the Indian Panzer. Though, the Wraith Panzer has much better terrain resistances. In fact, much better. 0.6, 0.8, and 1.6 as compared to 0.9, 1, and 2.1. So that's really good. The Wraith Panzer turns 3 degrees slower than the Indian Panzer, but the Wraith Panzer has 10 degrees of gun depression and 25 of elevation, while the Indian Panzer only has 20 degrees of gun elevation. That's just something Germans like to do, is have good gun elevation. And finally, the camo rating and view range, the Wraith Panzer only has 380, while the Indian Panzer has 400. And the camouflage, the Indian Panzer is better, even though the Wraith Panzer has built-in camo. So that's quite interesting there. So all in all, I would have to argue that the Indian Panzer is a better vehicle than this. It really is. The Indian Panzer is just better. But if you want a premium tank that makes some money and has a little bit more durability, that's what makes this thing really good at close combat, is the fact that it does have just a little bit more durability than the Indian Panzer minus the hit points. Then the Wraith Panzer is a pretty good choice. And just because I find these tanks very, very similar, I decided to throw in the CDC as well. Once again, the Wraith Panzer has less hit points, but much better durability, much more armor. DPM of the CDC is slightly better. The aim time and accuracy is better on the CDC, though the on the move is worse. The Wraith Panzer has much less ammo than the CDC's 90, but the CDC, because of that, gets ammo racked from every single angle. Once again, they're pretty much the same guns. Speed limit of the Wraith Panzer is slower than the CDC's 57. Power to weight of 13.5 compared to 35.66. Yeah, so there's that. Better terrain resistances on the Wraith Panzer. And then back down to camo, it has less camo yet again, and less view range than the CDC. But there is a lot of green on the CDC, and so this makes it look like it might be better, but I think the Wraith Panzer might be just a little bit better than the CDC due to its consistency. And that's a big thing. Even though the numbers on the left don't look good, the Wraith Panzer is much more consistent than the CDC. Last but not least on the list is the money and XP. 15% experience, 115 total. About average for tier 8. And for the silver, 150%. The average silver multiplier at tier 8 is about 51, so it's just barely on the lower side, though 50% is nothing to laugh at. You're still going to be making, on good games, about 100,000 credits or more. So keep that in mind, and if you don't have a premium account, you can still make like 80,000, and you could still make 100,000 really with 50% if you don't have a premium account, if you have a really good game and you're finding standard. So yeah, it's not a bad multiplier, not bad at all. We find ourselves on Ensk War. I don't know what happened to regular Ensk. I never see that anymore. And as you can see, there are tier 6s in this game, so this is not during the +1, -1 event. And this is my first ever game in the Wraith Panzer. And it impressed me. It impressed me. I like this kind of play style. I like the CDC. It's one of my favorite premium tanks. I still like that. I like the FCM, one of my favorite premium tanks. I like the Indian Panzer. One of the first... That tank, the Indian Panzer, was the tank I first figured the game out. When I realized, oh, wait a minute. I have gun depression. And I can use that in locations other tanks can't. And that was when World of Tanks dawned on me, was the grinding of the Indian Panzer. I think that was the first tank I actually had, like, blue stats in. Maybe green stats, I don't know. I was finally figuring the game out for myself. And then from that point forward, I realized that, you know, tanks are different, do different things with different tanks. And, yeah. So, this tank here has a little warm place in my heart because it's pretty good. Dodge the Gorynych shell unless he was aiming at somebody else. And now we're going to aim this one in and put it straight through his... Actually, I think that missed his radio hatch. I think that went through his turret, which you can do because the front of the Gorynych turret is only 180. Then we put another one through his cupola there. 212, plenty to go through the weak spots of the Gorynych. No problem. No premium needed whatsoever. So I will take it, definitely. But now we're going to change locations. That's not going to work out for us very much anymore. Do you have any shots from here on perhaps this... on the Gorynych? Yes, we do. And we put another shell into the Gorynych. We have flanked him. Hello there, Gorynych. Can we put another shell in? Aiming up a shot. Right at the cupola. Ah, shell flies just a pixel or two low. I could have aimed maybe a pixel or two higher, but, you know, who knew it was going to do that? Not me. Aim that one up, boom, it goes straight this time. And now we notice somebody is going to be coming up on my left. So, alright, we're going to have no shots on this guy. Let's change our attention to him. It is a banana buster. Put a shell in. And we did shoot at about the same time, but he does have a fairly good reload. Can we side scrape him? Oh, it gets absorbed by his magical mercenary side armor. And he does pen us in the side there because it looks like he hit us low on the side. Remember when we were looking at that in the armor viewer, that if you hit low you can go in, and I was kind of hoping he wouldn't, but he did, so it is what it is. There we go, put another shell in, and we ammo rack him there. He's not feeling too good. We're up to 1700 damage, and we've only taken one hit in return. And it wasn't even that high of a roll. He's got a 300 alpha. He hit for about 285. That's not bad. Now we're going to side scrape this corner and wait for these guys a little bit here. Are they going to push around and give me some nice easy shots? Yes, hello there, Comet. We put a shell into the Comet, and he immediately pulls away. Smart move by him, getting out of there. And here comes the Banana Buster. He wants some revenge on us. But can we get a shell in the Leo? No, we cannot. The Banana Buster is going to make it his mission to try and kill us today in this game. But there we go. Shell into the Leo. We put it in. And we're going to pull back before the Banana Buster comes around the corner. That way we can focus our attention on these two guys who are killing my poor little Borsig. And we're going to finish off that kid, the Comet there. Here comes the Leo. And the Banana Buster is coming soon too to meet up with him. They both have about the same gun. We put a shell into the Leo and we got to turn our hull around. As you can see, he bounced off of us. The armor is working. Can we put another shell in? Yes, we can. We track him there. Do we have him now? Is he perma-tracked? No, he does have a repair kit. He was a bit slow on using it, but he does get it used. Where's the Banana Buster? I know he's around here somewhere. It doesn't matter. We're going to put a shell on the Leo. He bounces off of us again. Now we're going to ram into him, hopefully killing him. Yes, we do. We kill him there with a little bit of a ram. And then, oh, look at that. The Banana Buster is over there. He did not actually make it his mission to kill us. For some reason, I remembered this differently. I must be thinking of another game where there was a player on this map who literally made it his mission after I shot him twice to hunt me down. We missed the shell there. We did not aim very well, and we are unable to kill the Batchat. But here comes the Banana Buster. Can we put a shell into him? Yes, we can. I know the 12-ton is coming, so we're going to try to get our armor around to bounce a shell. He bounces, or he tracks, absorb one, then he puts another one. That's 2, 3. He's got one more shot left, and I'm not really worried about his next shot, because now we got to turn our attention towards the Banana Buster. And can we pen him? Yes, we can. We put it straight through, and the Lycan finishes him off, firing a premium shell straight through the back of the Banana Buster, spending 5,600 credits in the process, and now emptying the rest of his magazine towards this Batchat. That is an expensive magazine, guys. Whew. Man, oh man. 5,600 per shot when you're doing that. Can we get the shell into this guy before he gets away? No, we cannot. We missed that shell, but do not worry. We're going to go for the cutoff plays with our slowish medium tank. All we have to do, though, is drive in a straight line, and we should get to where he's trying to go first. Plus, we have a gun, and that's what we're going to be doing, aiming up a shot, and boom! That's right, guys. The more shots you take, the more likely you are to hit. Put yourself in positions to get lucky, and then you're more likely to get lucky. That's all I can say. And that's what we did there. We took a really risky shot. Not that it really meant anything if we didn't hit. But we took it. It flew straight. Hit him. Penned him. Rolled high. Down goes the Batchat. 176,000 credits made. 10,000 experience because of some boosters. 3,996 damage done. 600 damage blocked. Ace tanker. 249 assist. 3 tanks destroyed. 1 tank detected, and we get, of course, the Wraith medal because it was our first game in the Wraith Panzer. So I'll take that. Anyway, guys, that is the replay in the Wraith. Now we're going to pull it out for some Monster Mode. Monster Mode is not out, guys. It's not out yet. Stop asking. It will be out soon, probably on Tuesday, so maybe tomorrow or next Tuesday. So get ready for that. Let's jump into some gameplay. Now, I didn't have this tank last year, so I didn't get to play it much. A friend let me use his account to play it, though he was getting on in just 20 minutes, so I only actually got to play this tank twice. So I'll show you both replays. We played pretty poorly, and we have 2 rounds. These AP rounds are exactly like the AP rounds you get in public matches, alright? You get the 240 alpha, the 212 penetration. Fantastic for killing Goryniches, let me tell you. But then you have these HE shells, and if I remember correctly, when you hit somebody with these, it heals you for 50% of the damage you did, I think. So if you're getting swarmed by Lycans or Hellhounds or Spectres or pretty much anything, actually, other than maybe the Gorynich, if you use these, you can start getting some health back. So that's interesting. As you can see, I'm like, oh boy, my controls are all off because I'm on a friend's account, and I forgot to change them to 2-away. I like them, and that shell misses. But remember, you can't take equipment or anything like that. So if you're seeing this tank perform really well when I was playing on Ansk, I did have a pretty good crew. I had my own crew setup, should I say. I had my own equipment set up. I had my own controller set up. And that makes a big difference. I don't know if you guys have ever played this game on a friend's account and used the wrong equipment. Or not on the wrong equipment, but you had... Like, have you ever played on a friend's account and it just feels really uncomfortable playing on it? Is that just me? It might just be me. It's like, wow, this just doesn't feel right. But that's because they do things differently. But we switched to our HE shells now to hopefully get some health back. There we go. We pen that guy and get some health back. And look at how much faster this reloads. But look at this gun. Why is it doing this? It's not very accurate. But, you know, because of these shells, we're actually going to stay alive for a little bit longer than we should have. We're just going to keep putting shells into this dragon. Keep getting our health back. Look at this. We're still alive. Can we fix these tracks so I can... There we go. I'm really bad at this. Where'd this guy go? There he is. Ram him, kill him, get some more health. There we go. And all that's left is you, buddy, old pal. And we missed because we are bad at this game. But yeah, this gun is not very accurate when you're using this shell. It's quite interesting, actually. But he's loaded now. And yeah, that's it. We're dead. We're gone. GG. But, you know, that kind of demonstrated what the tank did. It was my first time using it. I didn't realize I should have switched to the HE a little bit sooner. I should have aimed a little bit better. And I should have, had I played the tank before, I would have realized that those shells, when you load them in, make your gun really inaccurate when you turn the turret. It's quite interesting. I don't know why that's a thing. Maybe it's not a thing anymore, but it did increase the reload to an insane speed. And yeah, I feel like you could pretty much own the entire team if you're able to hit your shots with those HE. I think you go boom, 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 hit, 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 and just win. But we got another game for you guys. I don't remember how this one went, but we'll find out together. I had to mute this one because I'm on, like I said, a friend's account. Forgot about the settings, and he does have game chat, and so we picked up these people talking. Hello, Hollenhund. Can we hit you? No. Long aim time. I mean, 2.3 seconds. We talked about it already. But without a good crew or equipment, you know, it can feel pretty long. And I'm behind this medium tank. Sorry, buddy, old pal. He's actually a tank destroyer in this mode. The Revenant is considered a tank destroyer. Oh, I cannot wait for the monster mode. I'm going to be playing a lot of Revenant because that tank is hilariously fun. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. I'm excited. I'm excited in the Chimera. We'll be playing that as well. A new tank. Bell or Fron. Lots of new tanks to choose from, and boy, can we not drive. I'm just going to blame the fact that we're using a different player's account. I'm just kidding. That was just all me. Alright, let's do this. Get some gun depression. We still have our 10 degrees. Let's put some shells in. Autolock? Sure, why not? Why? Because I'm lazy. We don't have 6th sense, but we are spotted. You can tell because we are targeted. Bounce a shell there. Can we put another shell into this guy? This probably isn't a good idea shooting this guy, actually. That one misses. Not sure how. Because every time we shoot this guy, his reload's going to get faster. Ready? Watch how fast his reload's going to get. We switch to our HE shells. He breaks our gun after we fix our tracks. That's no good. And look how fast this guy is shooting. Duke, 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 duke. Oh, yeah, we're doomed. We're doomed. We're doomed. Hurry up, gun. Fix gun. Fix gun. Fix, 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 fix. There we go. Gun's fixed. There we go. Shoot him. Now we're getting our health back. How are you doing, my son? We put another shell into him. Look at this. Look at his reload. Oh, my goodness. He breaks our gun again. We missed. Look at our gun bloom. Ah! And we're dead. Well, that's how that game went. Interesting. Note to self. Hollenhounds are scary. They are really, really scary. Well, that's the video for you guys. Hope you all enjoyed. If you did, slap that like button, comment, subscribe. Sorry, those are the only 2 games I was able to play in the Wraith, so I didn't get really good games for you guys. But it is what it is. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, slap that like button, comment, subscribe. Make sure you stay tuned, because I think later today or tonight, I plan to release the review of the Bog Horror. So, yeah, hopefully you guys then. Hopefully you'll come back for that. Take care, everyone, and peace out.